Gina and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I just thought I'd show you through one of my very first projects which I actually bought it about a year ago, and just as a little bit of a lockdown project to do. So that would have been around June, July 2020. So yeah, it was sort of came in a kit. I'll just show you a picture of it. So this is what I actually bought, which I think a lot of people have seen these online and people have done some really cool stuff to them. But this video is just sort of walking you through just that project. So hopefully you enjoy. And yeah, it was really fun to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya. Okay, here is the finished project. You have to probably forgive me, I'm just trying to manhandle a light as well as the camera. But let me just kind of zoom in a little bit and see if we can get into some of the details. So it's kind of just sort of a paint effect on the outside. The wood siding I've done just with some scrapbooking paper. It was sort of one of those really wide planked, sort of bit rustic, and I've just basically just cut them into strips. I think they're about 7mm wide or something like that, and then just glued them on individually. And then I've put windows in and frosted them using PVA glue, and then aged it all up, and then also just put some growth on it, so some moss and weeds and all sorts of things that are growing on it, and it's a little bit kind of crooked, and which I'm actually okay with. And yeah, so it's kind of come out alright, and a bit of a dead twig got from the garden and some vines and all sorts of things, with the doors there as well. They're meant to open, but actually the kit itself, because it's stamped out, things don't necessarily fit all that well. So let me just move around the building. So as you can see, we've got a lovely tower here, and then into some bay windows around the back. And I have actually decorated it all inside. This is roughly about 1/24 scale, so it is literally half an inch is a foot. So unlike 12 scale, which is 1 foot to 1 inch. So it's a little bit smaller, as you can probably tell. And we've got some vines wrapped around the top there. And I've just left the shingle. I didn't do anything too super amazing with the roof. If I was going to do it again, I definitely would cut out the connectors there, or those little kind of little feet things, and do something a little bit more different with the roof. But it was a first project and I was pretty happy with it, and like I said, it was a lot of fun. And I put a little bit more embellishments on that top piece as well as the spire thing. And we've got some crazy vines wrapping around the tower there. In the top here, I was going to make this a bathroom, hence the reason why it's kind of got this sort of lovely wallpaper pattern in the back. I don't know if you can, oh, there we go, sort of kind of see, but actually it ended up being such a weird little space, and a bit kind of too slopey walls and quite tiny, that I actually ended up by creating an attic instead. So it's got some pieces up here that so that they would not normally want to use, or it's got a table and chairs and a broken picture frame and a chandelier type of thing. Then coming down into the stairs, so you can see there's stairs that go up to the attic. We've got a chandelier there which is made out of beads and sort of a lot of jewellery kind of pins and bits and pieces. And that was quite fun to create. It's probably quite big for the scale, but I was just trying out a whole lot of techniques to think about how I could create the space. And then down into the bottom here, so I built out the fireplace. So that was basically just with the scraps of wood that came out of the kit itself. So as things got punched out, I just reused some of those scrap pieces of wood, and then just built a little crate under the bottom there, and the bottles are actually Christmas lights. So kind of just tried a whole different techniques that I'd never really tried before. We've got a table with sort of spells and all sorts of things on it, with a jar of goodness knows what's in it. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to the back there. Oh, there we go. So I've built out their little shelf, as well as creating a like books and jars of all sorts of things with yeah, kind of a spells and twigs and yeah, potion kind of shelf. And then just moving to the next room. So again, practicing building out the chandelier. This was using little beads as well, so that was kind of fun to do. And then into just a little single bed with a desk and some books and scrolls of paper. And then just some sort of lace curtain type thing, window coverings on the top there, and a little table right out the back there. Oops, sorry. Let me just readjust. And then just below that is like the living room. And so this has just got another fireplace on the other side with some sort of bead lighting with a picture above, and then just some seats there with a lamp. Yeah, so I didn't really put any window coverings in here, which was alright. This one here, I built out all the wall, like almost the paneling on the wall, because it just had flat walls. So just using cardboard and some scrapbook paper that I had, and then just cutting out the patterns and the shapes to get some uniformity coming around into the design there. So that was kind of really fun to do. But yeah, so that's kind of the project. It was the first one that I'd ever done, and I'm pretty stoked with actually how it's turned out. And I learnt a lot of different techniques and things I would do differently next time, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's the project so far. And as you can see, we've got some really cool things happening around this side as well, with the tower and everything there. You can see me filming in the mirror there. But I learned a lot out from this project, and it was really, really fun to do for the first project that I'd ever done. Really wasn't too sure what I was doing to begin with. Didn't really have too much of a plan when I started out. As you can see, the attic definitely changed from first of all thinking it might be a bathroom and then changing it into something else. But yeah, no, it was really a lot of fun to do. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy, and don't forget to like and subscribe.